Minority Leader Haruna Iddrisu has justified the NDC MPs' decision not to honor a police summons before the Accra Magistrates Court this morning, accusing the police of targeting them for humiliation. He's been addressing a press briefing in Parliament House.
I woke up this morning to some blaze of news in the social media. Haruna Iddrisu and minority MPs to appear before court. Let me state emphatically that the minority leader and members of the NDC in Parliament are an integral part and members of the NDC party, the National Democratic Congress, and we are law-abiding citizens of Ghana. Regrettably, we don't respond and will not respond to social media invitations by the Ghana Police Service. I have not been personally served, as is the requirement of the law, and many of my colleagues. And therefore, I should only be walking to court if there was personal service of that writ of summons. But I should presume, without fear of contradiction, that the Ghana Police Service is allowing itself to be used as a tool of manipulation. I've repeatedly told you that I am not a coward, and I don't intend ever to be cowed by any machination by any person, including the Ghana Police Service. They have some confusion in their mind. They should seek to resolve the confusion, the Ghana Police Service. I've seen names like Dr. Rawlings Ezeneta. She didn't take part in the process. The Honorable Adongo of Bolga didn't take part in the process. So somebody somewhere rehearsed enemies that they are targeting for purpose of humiliation and to project us as if we are not law-abiding citizens. They should resolve those confusions in their minds and come back properly in accordance with law. But even what is more remarkable and significant is that the criminals who so declared results and denied us of our mandate in Techima are walking free. What they did is in breach of law. It's in breach of process. Nobody is prosecuting them. Nobody is prosecuting those who shot and killed the 3 persons acknowledged by the EC in Techima. That is criminal killing. Yet, members of parliament presenting a harmless petition. And when I say the police is confused, you didn't understand. They should go and get some training in terms of the law. What members of parliament did was to embark on lawful procession, nothing more, not a demonstration. That's why the Constitution in Article 21 uses the words procession and demonstration. In any case, be informed that the NDC officially notified the Ghana Police Service that the party will embark on a number and series of actions. We are part of the NDC. We took part in that action, but we took part in a lawful, harmless procession. Maybe tomorrow when you are processing to church, they will stop you. God bless.
Haruna Iddrisu is a minority leader there. Let's connect with our parliamentary affairs correspondent, Joseph Opoku Gakpo, who's joining me right now on phone. Hello, Joseph.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Joseph. It's good to hear from you once again. Now, they were expected in court this morning, but that didn't happen. They have been in Parliament all day. Precisely,
and I've spotted a number of them around. In terms of the MPs who the police are seeking to get prosecuted, the minority leader himself, you heard him right there. I've as well spotted a number of others. John Jinafo, Yusuf Jaja, Roxton Dafiamaso, and a number of the MPs. Muntaka Mubarak, the minority chief, have spotted him as well. In fact, there is a meeting of the minority caucus that's happening right now as we speak, right in the premises of Parliament. And a number of items on the agenda, including this court action that has been taken against some of them, as well as a number of other issues, including who would lead the other side of the House going into the next Parliament. But essentially, the defense that the MPs are mounting is that they've not officially received this summons. They claim that they've only seen it on social media. Some of them actually have admitted in backroom conversations that they've seen this in their pigeonholes or their shelves in Parliament. But essentially, the argument they make is that per the provisions in Article 117 of the Constitution, if you want to serve criminal proceedings or even civil court proceedings on an MP, you would have to do it at a time when he is not getting to or returning from Parliament. And they say they will only honor a court summons after an agreement has actually come between the police and the Speaker on the court on when they should attend to the court proceedings. That's the only basis upon which they would show up to face any such persecution in court.
So, Joseph, I believe you've interacted with the other members of Parliament. Do they share in the position of the Minority Leader, Haruna Iddrisu?
Funny enough, for those on the majority side, it looks like there's a bit of a division in terms of how the approach should have been. Some of them accuse the minority MPs of acting lawlessly, while others make the point that MPs actually have some immunity to a certain extent. Not exactly immunity, but some form of protection per the requirement in the Constitution that you can't serve court processes on them or get them involved in court processes without going through a certain process. And they insist that that should be done rightly so that then no one else faces any such hounding before a court without the due process being exhausted. So for those on the majority side, there's a bit of a division on what the approach should have been.
They insist, by the way, today in Parliament that they did not receive the court summons, correct?
Just to say that again.
They insisted today that they hadn't seen or they didn't receive the court summons.
Precisely. Now, the indication is that these summons actually came individually, all the about 20 minority MPs involved. You know, there are 20 of them, and then there is Peter Otukuno, who is Deputy General Secretary. The indication we get is that for all the 20 of them, these summons came individually. So then it's dropped in their pigeonholes or their cells right here in Parliament, and the details spell out the statement of offense, the prospective charges, and then when you look at the list, depending on whose pigeonhole is dropped, then that individual's name gets picked on the list. So some MPs in backroom conversations confirmed that they saw this in their pigeonhole, but still raised the point about the fact that they are supposed to be in Parliament today. No one can summon them to a court when they are attending to Parliament. But some also make the argument that they've not seen this summons at all, including the point that has been made by the Minority Leader, Haruna Iddrisu, that he hasn't seen this at all, and he's only heard it on social media, which is forming the basis for a conversation, and they are not ready to respond to any summons which haven't come to them officially and which they've only read in the media.
Joseph, thank you very much. Interesting days ahead. Joseph Opoku Gakpo is our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent.